I know you had said just a few days ago that you don't generally like the turn of the modern Democratic thing of calling the right weird and sort of like being demeaning and all that. Does they're eating the dogs? Does that change your opinion at all on referring to them as weird?
Well, I just think that they're playing in the mud. They're hurling these insults, and I think our party should be the party of the future, the party of actually solving problems, the party that says, we really have a plan of securing our border, but also having immigrants work. And the reality is that a lot of those Haitian immigrants, if you look at some of the reporting, are doing incredible work in factories and working hard and providing for their families, and that we have a plan for jobs and good paying jobs and raising people's wages. And I think that it's not that we couldn't respond in kind. I think it's just that when we inspire and are future oriented, we come out better. I mean, notice that Harris, Vice President Harris, didn't use that word once in the debate, and she clearly won. So it's possible that you can still be tough. You can still get your point across without sort of engaging in the same kind of mudslinging.
A storm is tearing up the digital media industry. Only our audience can save us in these difficult times. Help us reach our goal of 100,000 new members at tyt.com/team.
Okay, that's a good point. I actually had not noticed that she did not use that word. That is interesting. I mean, she definitely had a strategy of needling him, and it was better put together than if I had been able to script it. I mean, she was very
yeah, I agree. Whoever, she and her team deserve tremendous credit. I could not have come up with that. I mean, she basically managed to get him on every account and let him basically be hoisted by his own petard. I mean, he was the one making these statements. She was just needling him to do so.
It is amazing. He knew that she was going to try to get him to freak out. He was told, she basically said it, and he still had no psychological or emotional capability to stop himself from freaking out. It is just amazing. And I love, by the way, the sort of meta aspect that she mentioned that dictators like him because they know he's easy to manipulate, and she demonstrated how easy he is to manipulate throughout the debate. I hope people picked up on that.
That's pretty subtle. I don't know if people will get that, but that's a great point.
I wanted to zoom out for a second before we turn to the shutdown. So I apologize. I don't recall for sure, following the first debate, what your stance was for Joe Biden, if he should step down. I know there was.
I was supportive of him till the end.
Okay. But as someone who was advocating for him to step down, there were a lot of Democrats that were very worried about that. There were a lot of attacks flying around. And now that we're a couple of months out, we're a debate out. What's your evaluation of the success of the switch? And also just going forward with the roughly 60 days we have left, are there any liabilities or obstacles for the campaign that you'd like to see addressed?
I think the switch has been magnificent, and I wouldn't have anticipated even that it would be as successful. It was perfectly done, and Vice President Harris has really risen to the moment and clearly now seems, with the benefit of foresight, is the perfect candidate against Trump, the one who's been able to take him on with charm, with wit, and expose him as unserious. And she's done incredible in enthusiasm and in exciting our party. So I am, and I wasn't called for it. I was out of loyalty, out of a sense that Biden had really done a lot and had advanced a progressive agenda. I was with him till the last day. But to those who said we'd be better off with a better chance with the switch, I mean, I think it's pretty hard to argue we're not in a much better place than we were 2 months ago. So if you were a part of that course, you deserve credit for that. My concern is it's not very novel. It's that there's still a lot of swing voters in these states that are undecided. The swing vote states are still very, very close, 1 or 2 points. And to the extent we can articulate some of the economic issues, maybe raising minimum wage for people, a sense of what we're going to do to put more money in their pockets, I think that's what's going to be decisive. And I'm glad that the vice president is talking more and more about the economy, and hopefully that'll be our closing argument.
When you click the join button and become a tier 2 member, you get access to all of our weekly top 10 lists. What are you waiting for?